Hey, how's it going? This is the part two of how to increase productivity. I already shared the part one video a few days back. If you have not checked it out, I highly recommend that you do. I shared a few tips and tactics on how we can increase our productivity in the form of a strong morning ritual, because the way you start your day is the way you start your life. You define the tone for the day in the beginning of the day, and a solid 90 to 120 minute block after your morning ritual, where you do the most important task for the day. You do deep work in a distraction free format and some form of release ritual every hour or two, where you're going to release the caught up attention spans and thought loops from the previous task or the previous day, right? You're going to clear up some of the mental space, because that's a prerequisite. Mental space is a prerequisite for making good decisions and thinking clearly, and a way to discipline your distractions, especially your phone usage. So I shared some of these tactics. If you have not checked out the video one, the part one video, please do that. I shared that a few days back. This is the part two, and I thought I'll share a few more tactics on how we can increase our productivity. The first one is a time map, a way to look at time, changing our perception of time. I already shared this in a video few days back, a video about protecting our time. So I'm just going to share the gist of it. So we have 168 hours in a week. So if you sleep for 8 hours every day, that amounts to 56 hours at the end of the week. You have 112 hours for everything else. If you work in a full-time job for, let's say, 50 hours, you have 62 hours for everything else. And if you work in a full-time job for 60 hours, you have 52 hours for everything else. So just look at your schedule and see how you're spending your time, consciously as well as unconsciously. How much of it is getting wasted in distractions, if at all? How much of it is getting wasted in busy work? Busy work is busy just for the heck of being busy, just to fill up the time, just to feel productive, but it doesn't take you anywhere. Shuffling papers, sharpening the pencil, or, conducting meetings just for the heck of it, without any agenda, without any outcome, right? So there's a lot of stuff that we end up doing that doesn't lead to the outcomes, that doesn't produce the results that we want to produce. So figure out what are those hours that you're spending doing busy work, right? And try to eliminate or delegate as much of that you can, right? Look at your schedule. Maybe at the end of the day, just check the time wasters for the day, the time that you could have saved, right? Maybe do that ritual at the end of the day, right? That'll make you more cognizant of how you're spending your time incrementally. So, check how you're spending your day, get back the hours that you're spending in distractions in the form of, randomly browsing through social media, or, watching random videos on YouTube. You attempted to check out a video, but you got sucked into it, and then hours disappeared, and then you had, let's say, 3 or 4 chunks like that, 15 to 20 hours disappeared. Get back all those hours in the form of distraction, in the form of busy work. Now with the extra 20, 25, 30 hours, I'm assuming, you can utilize all those hours for stuff that's truly important for you, that's meaningful to you, that fills you up, that energizes you versus takes your energy away, right? So that's the first step. Second step is protect your energy and include rituals to increase your energy. How you can protect your energy. One of the tactics I already shared in the previous video, the part one. Most of us utilize most of our energy in thinking, in our thought loops, and so much of the thinking is not useful. So minimize how you're thinking, how much you're thinking. Clear up some of the mental space every hour or two. I shared the release ritual. You can take a couple of minutes every hour or two, and then you can do a breathing exercise or some form of a minimum meditation to clear up some of the mental space. As you do that throughout the day, you'll have so much of mental space, and as a result of so much extra mental space, you have so much extra energy. On top of that, you can include rituals to increase your energy in the form of nutrition or meditation, workout, stuff like that. So protect your energy, prevent the energy leakage in the form of, excessive thinking, overthinking, and stuff like that. and include rituals to increase your energy, right? Protect your energy, because you have all these extra hours. Now if you don't have energy, you will not be able to take advantage of these extra hours, right? So maybe if you have like 30 extra hours, right, after doing that time map, then maybe 3 to 4 hours out of those 30 hours you dedicate to filling you with energy through meditation, nutrition, or workout, or a bunch of these things, right? So increase your energy, protect your energy. That's the second step. Third step is deep work. Deep work is basically distraction-free work in a single piece of work for like an hour or two, like an extended period of distraction-free focus, right? Because there's a huge difference between doing a task in a solid 1 hour block and doing the same task in 4 blocks of 15 minutes. Because what happens is, let's say you're doing a task and then you got distracted. Once you come back from distraction, it takes you about 20 to 25 minutes to come back to that same state of focus. This is as per research, right? 15-20 minutes maybe, right? So if you started working and then you worked for, let's say, 30 minutes and then you got distracted, and then when you come back to that state of flow, when you left that task, it'll take you another 20 minutes. So you actually ended up losing 50 minutes and then you started from scratch, right? So if you switch back and forth between tasks, then you are going to lose so much of the productivity, lose so much of the advantage that you get by being in the flow state, right? That deep work enables you to do, right? Deep work is undistracted focus on one thing extensively for in an extended period of time. So dedicate solid blocks of time to things that are truly important, high valued tasks. So that's one of the things, that's one of the tactics, right? Increase the amount of deep work that you do during the day, during the week, right? It'll not only enable you to get a lot of work done very quickly, it'll also make you feel very good about yourself, because deep work is also connected with flow states, that is connected with fulfillment, higher levels of fulfillment. I think there was one research that said that your levels of happiness and fulfillment is directly proportional to the number of flow states that you have in your schedule during the week, things like that, I think. And one more last thing would be batching, like batch similar tasks together. I mean, if you are a content creator, you might try creating all of the content for the week in one shot. I mean, this will vary from person to person, so it's individualistic, but let's say you dedicate one day to create the content for the whole week. But when you batch all of them together, you basically get the advantage of compounding, right? So you're done with the content in one solid time block, let's say, from morning till afternoon, or from morning 9 a.m. to evening 5 p.m., right? One day is dedicated to just creating content, creating videos, creating blogs, or creating whatever content you create. If you're a content creator, basically batch similar jobs together, right? Because if you batch them together, you can actually accomplish a lot of things in the same state of flow. It depends on, of course, how much, it depends on individual capacity, your stamina, and things like that. It varies from person to person, but if you can take advantage of this is very useful. And because otherwise, if you switch back and forth between too many things, that actually takes away so much of your efficiency, because there is this efficiency lost in context switch, switching from one task to another. Because when we switch from one task to another, it's like a mental and emotional readjustment at many levels, and that takes up so much of time, so much of energy and efficiency and productivity and things like that. Versus if you are in the same state of flow, and we can extend that, let's say, as much as we can take advantage of that flow that we have established through doing one task for, let's say, an hour or two, and then in that same state of flow, if you can do like similar tasks and we can finish off all of them together, right? So that enables us to finish like a ton of things together. So that's an advantage as well. So this is batching. So to go through all of them, the time map, 168 hours, 112 hours and 56 hours of sleep, number one. Number two is take time, steal your time from distractions and busy work and some form of deep work, flow states, right, and batching. I guess that's about it. So I just wanted to share these things, and you can apply these things, and I think it will help you to increase your productivity further on top of the tactics that I already shared in part 1 of this video. So that's about it. Let me know if this is useful. Talk to you soon. Bye bye.